Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Our Global Outlook is sponsored by Maury's newsletter, Global Outlook. To receive a complimentary copy, just log on to our website, theworldreport.org. The ISIS savages are now throwing gays from rooftops, beheading more infidels, and burning coalition pilots alive in cages. The same pathetic media that is afraid to show a cartoon has no problem showing videos of these barbaric acts. Meanwhile, one nation that apparently gets it, with no help from the United States, is Egypt, as they give death sentences to 183 Muslim Brotherhood supporters. The same Muslim Brotherhood the White House supported and recently met with. Maury, I can't believe the delusion or the... I'm not even sure what to call it at this point, but to watch the administration and all the lackeys that support them, the spokespeople from the State Department, the Justice Department, on down the line. I mean, do these people just have their head in the sand so deep that they don't want to get it? Because it's pretty apparent that ISIS is converging on all fronts across the globe.
Well, everybody and their brother and sister are calling this radical Islam. I call it, frankly, I'm even worse.
Except for the most powerful nation's government.
You know, I always go back to my German background. And I remember people would say, well, you know, the good Germans really are okay. It's those Nazis. Well, who were the Nazis? Who were the Germans? The German people supported the Nazis. There's no question. There was a vote in Germany in 1936 was fairly free. 90% of the people voted for Hitler because he was bringing home the goodies.
Now, but this is 36, you said.
Yes.
So this wasn't 44. I mean, there's a big difference between 1936 and...
No, the point I'm making is that I do not see that within the population of 1.2 billion Muslims that there is a counterforce to something as vicious and murderous as ISIS, Taliban, the Brotherhood,
Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula.
I haven't seen El Aram in the major newspaper in Egypt, which Assisi has pretty much put the squelch on, taking a action saying that these people, they're supposed to be our brothers. These people are a bunch of murdering scum.
And thank God, because these are the people that the Obama administration supported. They actually they threw out Mubarak to put in the Muslim Brotherhood.
But what I'm saying is that there is no love lost between radical Islam and the rest of the world. What surprised me is not only the viciousness and the murderousness of these people, but the fact they're bragging about it. Again,
because no one's stopping them.
You know, the Nazis went to great length to quietly kill all the Jews. I mean, they make sure there weren't any photographs taken, and so on. These guys seem to want to.
They have a magazine,
but they seem to dwell on the fact that they're as murderous as they are. And I think what they're trying to do, they think they're going to scare everybody and be so intimidating in such a murderous way that people will not fight them. Now, look at Jordan right now. So what? So Abdullah goes to Washington. What's he going to do? He's going to get patted on the head by me. Our president say, we're with you. I think Jordan is in deep trouble.
And who's the other group of people that have actually fought the Islamists from ISIS, and we had no backing from America? The Kurds.
Well, there's two elements.
They just took back Kobani.
I know. They're two
with no help from us.
And the Kurds never had a land of their own. Israel, which does have a land of its own for its people, is like the Kurds, and the Kurds are like Israel. They're decent people. They're smart. They're creative.
So if anyone deserves a two-state solution, it would be the Kurds.
Yes. Or the Kurds deserve a one-state solution for the Kurds.
Right.
You're talking about because they are the most numerous number of Kurds are actually in Turkey.
Northern Iraq and Turkey.
Yes, and Syria, and to some extent Iran. So they're spread out, and Turkey has been fighting the Kurds, but they're decent people. They are, you can't generalize too much, but I can say when you think about the courage, you think about people that are positive, like we are. I mean, in the sense of live and let live and do a little better all the time. Whereas the other, look what happened to the Iraqi army, which we trained to stop crazy people like ISIS. They ran away.
And so this would be the equivalent of going back to the 40s and saying that the Nazis are not German. It'd be the exact same thing.
That's my whole point. That's exactly the point I'm making. Yes.
They may be murdering low-life scum, but they're not German.
Will you answer me that our president won't even admit that Islam is part and parcel of this murderous bunch of people that are destroying everything they touch?
And can you name any other wars that are going on in the world that do not have Muslims involved with them?
Right now, no. Islam, whether it's in Paris, whether it's in Germany,
North Africa, Asia, Russia, China, it's all Islamists.
Well, also their objective is to get rid of anybody that will not convert to a radical form of Islam.
Even their own people.
Well, do you know that there are zones in this country, our country, the United States, where people now have to follow Sharia law and women are supposed to wear veils. Now, it's not very numerous. It's fairly numerous around Dearborn, Michigan.
And there's one in upstate New York near my mother's house.
Oh, that's not good.
Islamabad or something like that.
And
it's all gated off, and they've got their bombs going on.
In France, there's 7 million of them. They're spreading out all over the place, and they feel. Look at Pakistan. We've spent billions and billions, maybe even trillions, in Pakistan. That country today is totally in the hands of the extremist radical Islam today.
And Afghanistan's about to fall prey too.
They're ready. The Taliban is back in business. You know, we seem to get those that are decent people seem to lose their jobs when we take over.
So if we see another 8 years or 2 years left of this administration, 8 years of another one, we're running out of time here. These guys are moving pretty quickly, and we're not doing anything to combat them.
No, we throwing a few bombs here and there. It makes you wonder why. I cannot answer it, and I will not choose to answer it. Why is it that the President of the United States will not use the term radical Islam when everybody else does?
We have our own instincts, but we're not going to bring it up.
Exactly.
The pilot that was burned is a coalition pilot. He's one of our allies fighting these guys. It'd be like taking an American pilot and doing the same thing. And he's got no protection and no security whatsoever.
And I think, you do a very sage job of explaining the situation. This is being done to terrorize anybody from allying themselves with NATO or with the United States related military and countries.
And you would think that the people in this country would be outraged, just like they are in Jordan, but nobody cares. The Super Bowl was on, their phone works, I can still get HBO, so everything's fine.
I think this is what happens when you see, after a while, this plays in the hands of leaders who don't want people to be knowledgeable, and they're succeeding. The one TV station that reflects the attitude of the administration is MSNBC. So MSNBC is the one that sets the pace of thinking as far as people viewing television is concerned.
We've only got a couple of seconds left. If the Egyptian situation had gone down the way that the Obama administration had planned and had actually supported, this would be a completely different situation now. And now we've got Netanyahu coming to speak. He's about the only adult on the stage in the world right now that gets this threat. Is that correct?
Not only, in a way, it's a good thing that he's coming now. You know, in a way, it took a lot of personal courage on his part because he knew that Obama would be furious and might do things. I don't know what.
He is. He's subverting to try and oust him from president.
Yeah, he's got people over there right now trying to. The Haaretz, which is the main daily of Israel, is a left-wing newspaper. And they're trying, every day they're coming out against Netanyahu now, saying that he is breaking the relationship between Israel and the United States.
And if you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it, and it seems like we're doing it all over again.
I
We
agree.
need to take a short pause. Our political insider and moment history are on deck. Again, if you miss any segments, just go to theworldreport.org. You can view the show or just a specific segment. Make sure to like us and recommend us. You can also follow Maury on Twitter at Beschloss, Beschloss.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.